$2,000 is a lot of money. You could buy a used car, 2 MacBook Airs, or a 6-foot-tall ostrich sculpture, if you're into that kind of thing. But something else that's included in the list is this. This is the Herman Miller Embody Chair, and although it looks all form and no function, this is the most premium chair my butt has ever been blessed to sit on, and has truthfully been the second most effective thing to help me with my lower back problems. I'll tell you the most effective a bit later on. So today we're going to cover everything that you need to know about this chair, and if it's worth the Aspect $2,015 price tag. Let's find out. Before we continue, if you're like me, then I think you're really going to like today's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an amazing online resource with thousands of inspiring classes and members across 150 countries. It's a place to develop a passion you've been wanting to try or get inspired to be better at what you do best. The first one that I checked out was naturally YouTube Success, Script Shoot and Edit with MKBHD to help me make better content for you guys. And maybe you'll find it as useful as I am. But with classes from music production, web development, film and video, even business analytics, Skillshare can help you make 2022 a year of new learning and growth. So if self-development is something you've been wanting to focus on, the first 1,000 people to follow the links in the video description are even going to be fortunate enough to get a free month to try it out, which can be used to jumpstart your next chapter and get on your path to success, however you define it. So before we cover the features, what I like and what I don't like, the first thing that I want to get out of the way in the interest of full transparency is that this chair was provided by Office Designs for completely independent review, not even provided by the manufacturer. But even with the price tag, this is still a review on my channel, and therefore only what was necessary for the review was provided, and I have not been compensated in any other way. Paid reviews are useless to consumers and extremely unethical. I don't feel like I need to explain this in every video, as I have done a dedicated ethics video, but I thought I'd mention it here given the price tag. However, Office Designs, the retailer that provided this chair, was founded in 1996. It was the first company to promote the extremely popular Herman Miller Aeron chair and numerous other leading-edge ergonomic chairs online. Their merchandise quickly grew and evolved beyond ergonomic chairs to modern classics, desk storage, and decor. They added celebrated manufacturers and prominent design advocates and became the first online retailer to feature the illustrious triumvirate, Herman Miller, Steelcase, and Human Scale, all under one roof. Cartel, Magis, the Smarter Office, and Vitra were added soon after to round out their collection with modern accessories and contemporary accent decor. So if you want to check out their suite of premium office products, including this, I'll have some links in the video description for you. So the first thing that I want to know is when you're paying this kind of money for a chair, you typically get some customization. So the one that we're looking at today is a white frame titanium base, fully adjustable arms with carpet casters and a medley blue grotto fabric, which has been very breathable and not staticky, but it is August on the East Coast. The thing that I didn't expect though was that this chair comes in a very smart and easy to unpack box with only a few steps to get it fully set up, which is great. You do have to do a bit of angling and supporting to get the bolts in, but honestly the hardest part of the setup was reading the instructions, which looked like they were smudged on using a potato. Nevertheless, when you do get it set up, it's difficult not to appreciate the stunning design aesthetic, and the features are almost fantastic. So let's jump into those. With the chair comes an extremely helpful setup guide to adjust it to you, and gives you helpful advice on how best to fine-tune the chair for your own ergonomics, which lately has been a big factor for helping me with my lower back problems. It almost feels like you're molding the chair to your body more than adjusting a chair to sit on. So starting out with the basics. Height adjustment is handled by tugging on this nipple, and the distance from seat cushion to floor ranges from 38 to 57.5 centimeters with the carpet casters, and the cushion itself is extremely generous, at 55 centimeters wide with ample length adjustment by pulling on these handles. But before we take a look at some of the more exotic adjustments, let's talk armrests. They do have a soft touch feel with medium density that is now honestly my favorite, with 10 different height adjustment levels for you to choose from. But because of the way they curve, every step below fully extended angles them away from your body. And at first I thought that this would be a major issue for short people, but with 3 levels of side-to-side adjustment, even the lowest level can be reset to a horizontal position. And you don't get the issue with the armrest being great when using a mouse, but too wide to rest your arms on while typing. Though independent side-to-side sliders would have been the cherry on the cake. Although you can't lock it in any reclined position, you can set the max tilt between 4 different levels using the lever on the left, and the tilt tension can be adjusted by rotating this knob right here. But the adjustment that had the biggest impact for me is the back fit, by rotating the rear knob on the right. What this does is pull the frame in to align the skeleton of the chair to your own spinal curvature, and you can feel the mechanism in action as you adjust, supporting you well. But where it doesn't support you is your head, and it would have been nice to have a headrest attachment. But when it comes to build quality, everything feels as premium as you would expect from a chair of this caliber, apart from a couple things. The good is that almost everything structural is metal, including the base, which leads to a reassuringly sturdy overall construction, backed up by a staggering 12-year warranty. And although manufacturing tolerances may mean something else for you, but for mine, unlike a lot of budget-friendly chairs, there is basically no rattle. However, there is still a bit of creaking whenever you move, which I would let slide and I wouldn't focus on too much if the chair wasn't priced the way it is. I also thought that I was bottoming out in the chair whenever I sat on it in a hurry, which I thought was weird given that the max weight is 300 pounds and I'm about 6 foot 180. However, after testing it just a little bit more, it seems like something is popping internally when I first sit down and lean back. It doesn't do it every time, and it doesn't pop again until I reapply my butt to the seat. But again, it's worth mentioning. So with everything that we've just covered, the funny thing is all of that is secondary to how well the chair functions at actually supporting you. And I have some great news for you here. So I do need to preface this with the fact that talking about how I feel in a chair is extremely subjective, and the things that work for me may not necessarily work for you. But I do think that I cover this better than most, as I have a compressed lower disc and deal with lower back pain. Additionally, there are objective elements of this section and things that we can quantify. So starting off with the most impactful aspect of this chair, the back fit knob. This has given me the control to customize the chair to my own body and forces me into a more comfortable and better supported position, and I really do feel it. Or more accurately, I don't feel as abused at the end of the day. And a big concern for me, however, was a very limited amount of cushion for both the seat and the backrest. But this really wasn't the issue I thought it would be because of the excellent grid system, providing the necessary cushion and much needed support. And literally the only other thing that's been better at helping me with my back problems is my adjustable hybrid bed, which is actually 2.5 times more expensive than this chair. But that doesn't mean this chair is cheap though, and if you are looking for a budget ergonomic chair, check out one of my earlier videos on the hiking chair, but forgive the quality. I'm forever trying to improve. However, if you do have a bigger budget and would appreciate the obvious improvements to ergonomics, design and durability, or maybe you have back pain or just spend a borderline unreasonable amount of time in front of your computer and want to better protect yourself, the Herman Miller Embody Chair looks to be a high-end consideration for you, and only you can decide if it's worth it based on what we covered today, and maybe how much money you make by being sat on your butt. It's an investment, after all. So thank you very much for watching. If you want to check out this chair or any other premium office products, I'll make sure to have links in the video description and the comment section for you. Otherwise, guys, a like is always appreciated, and I hope you have an amazing day.